What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for my first episode of What's to Ya. My name is James, and I own Good Vibes in My Edition. We're a live entertainment company, and I'm excited to bring the series back. I ran a artist interview series early on, so I am excited, and I'm happy to have our first guest, Sareem. I met Sareem out in LA. He actually came out to one of our first shows, or our only show out there. It's been about a year. As rough as it was, he stuck it out and he came to both days, rocked with us heavy. So I guess I'm grateful that he's one of the first to be on here. So Sareem, I gotta say, what's to you, man?
Shit, man, I goes by Sareem. I drink 40 OZs. I be moving low key. That's why your bitch want me. Nah,
Okay.
I'm from San Diego, California. Moved up to LA last year. Been rapping for about 4 years now.
Dang, dang. And honestly, in this short time that I've known you, and just following your journey, you've done a lot, and we're gonna get into that. Because your journey has definitely been unique to some of the other artists I've sat down with in the past. So we're gonna get into that. But how would you kind of describe just everything so far in your 4 years?
It's been dope. I really got my come up making music in my dorm when I went to school at Cal Poly Slow. We had like a crappy little mic and we would just like record on my desk. And from there, I made like my first couple of songs and it's like they weren't good, but it's like it was proof of concept, like I could do this. And it went from like recording in a closet to recording in a garage. And in that garage, I made my first good song, Kawhi Leonard, when he won the finals MVP with the Raptors. And from there, it's like 4 months after that, I opened up for Blueface at the Fremont in Slow, and like from there, it's just been nonstop grinding. It's been a blast.
Damn, that's a quick start. My dorm room days didn't go like that, but so that's awesome, man. So it sounds like you got performances under your belt as well early on, like right out the gate. It sounds like. Would you
I
say?
think that was like my third total. Like,
I guess you don't pass up that opportunity. What do you say? No, I'm not ready. You just go for it.
you just gotta say yes, and then you figure out once you get there.
Yeah, that's how. It sounds like that's what you did. So, can you tell us a little bit about your background in music? Like, what even made you want to start recording?
Yeah, definitely. My mom had me growing up. Well, I have like three other brothers, and like we all like played piano growing up. And I
So,
got kind of like I just lose focus so easily. So it's like I wasn't like my older brother and my two little brothers. They're raw as fuck at piano, but like I can't focus well like long enough to. So I got into drums. I got into drums when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and I played until I was about like 14 consistently. And I always had a knack for beats, and I think like I always had a knack for rap too. Like it was always like rap and rock. Like whenever I got into the car when I was
yeah,
growing up, and I would always joke to my friends like, "Ah, shit, just wait till my mixtape drops." Like, you know. But
yeah,
I really started getting into rapping like just because like I also write a lot of poetry too, and it's just like once I like really started like trying to like get a rhythm out of that poetry, it eventually evolved into something that like you know like I originally started writing because it just gave me like therapy. Like I was going through a lot of shit at the time. Like I didn't know if like college was for me, but
yeah,
like it got me like to really just like hone in on like everything I was doing, and it was just like it was a good way to like get me out of my bed and like get the rest of my shit done in the day so I could like rap after.
yeah. Now I feel it's like rewarding yourself.
Mhm.
That's what's up. So, yeah, you spoke on college not being your thing. It's always hard to balance. Uh, but all right? So, what were some perks since you did go to school? What were some perks to being in that environment? Did it help contribute to where you are in music?
100%. I graduated in agricultural business, and it taught me like a lot of the financial side of just life in general. So I've been my own manager for my whole career. I've budgeted, like I've made my own merch. I've outsourced and like reached out to people. Like I'll get into it later, but it's like a lot of the people that I've reached out to, like I used to bump their music when I was like 15 or 16. And it's like, it teaches you to be on a level playing field. It gives you like your own hustle and your
Mm-hmm.
own confidence. And, it's like not a lot of people can say they do both. And it's like I wasn't necessarily like married to like the idea of college, but it's like just kind of like finishing it gave me it let me be a role model to like my little brother specifically and tell him like, hey, you guys may have passions, but like still do your fucking work.
Yeah, still gotta handle your shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. So ag business, and from there, you kind of decided I can manage all these things. So from merch to marketing, budgeting, those are all super beneficial. And you don't hear a lot of artists even speak on things like that. They constantly trying to save to make the next move. So I do admire that about you. What do you think your where do you think your passion kind of comes from?
Um, my parents for sure. Like my dad is constantly just like moving in like what he does. Like
Yeah,
they don't necessarily like they give me a roof to like be under, but it's like from there I'm on my own, especially as I've gotten older. So it's just like to see what they've done and then like to see what they gave to us as kids, like it makes me like want to give it back to my family when I eventually have kids. And it also like comes from being like I I I've like really been tapping into this concept that is like as of late, but it's like I've always like been like a social kind of loner. Like I always do my own shit, but it's like I'm cool with like damn near like most of the people I come across. And
yeah,
so it's just like I don't like move with groups like often. And because of that, it's like I don't want people to just think I'm doing nothing. So it's like, it's like it gives like it's just like a driving force of like I want to be better than the next guy. Like you might have your homie that raps, but it's like what? Like my shit's like leagues above him.
yeah.
What's
What's up? No, I respect that, and it's pretty cool to hear that your parents are the reason that kind of motivate you and keep you driven. Was there an instant though where it was like it all just kind of clicked for you, like this is what I want to do?
Yeah, when I made Kawhi Leonard, I like was coming with an album at the time called One More Reason, and it's like during that whole year, like some shit like with housing didn't go my way, and so like I was depressed, but like I would get myself out of it, and it's like every day I'd wake up, I'd be like, give yourself one more reason. So that's where the name of the tape came from. And once I got kicked out of a party the night that I made Kawhi, and I wasn't really like drunk or anything. They just like frat guys aren't very like if they don't know a black guy, they're not friends with the black guy. So
In there.
sorry, slow. But anyways, basically I went back to my friend's house. I had this YouTube beat. It was like a buy one get one free, and it wasn't even the one I bought. But like I just started writing like crossing up on you little niggas like Kawhi. I'm gonna take a girl on a private jet to Kawhi, and the whole song just came together in like 30 minutes. And I went to this garage studio the next day, showed it to all my friends. They're like, dude, you got to put this shit out like tonight. So I like call up my homie, I get it mixed, mixes it fucking perfectly, and I put it out the next day. That was the first song I like put out on Spotify. People were like actually like fucking with it, like coming up to me like randomly, and they'd be like, "Yo, like, why is sick?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I can do this shit."
Yeah, yeah. That I respect it. Because it does take people saying no, you are decent. It does take that. So I respect it. So how would you say your creative process making that is to where you compared to where you are today when you go into the lab?
So when I reflect, the reason that Kawhi was as good as it was is because it was very focused. Like all the bars are about like, just like winning a championship. There's references to the Spurs, there's references to the Raptors. It's just like centralized about being a fucking beast.
Yeah.
And a lot of my songs before that didn't have like a central theme or topic. It's just me trying to outwit myself. And I think the past 2 years I've like kind of grown up a little bit, and I've started to rap on feeling rather than just trying to be like the funniest or like wittiest person in the room. And like I don't have to prove shit to anybody. It's just like I'm rapping what I feel, and it's like I do it at like the pace I want to do it. And I feel like my songs in the last like 2 years specifically like really show that focus. And it comes from Kawhi.
Word. So you made all these changes. Do you have any rituals or anything that you do now that just gets you going, to get you hype when you head to the studio, or how do you kind of get into that creative mindset?
I set deadlines.
Yeah.
I'm a really bad procrastinator, and I always have been my whole life, but like I always pull something out my ass. And the worst thing is like I heard Kurt Cobain in an interview say it, so it made me feel validated, and that just fucking is not good. But like
Yeah.
he said, like he writes like all of his lyrics to his songs like probably 5 minutes before he hops in the booth, and it's like all of a sudden you got Smells Like Teen Spirit, like In Bloom, Heart Shaped Box. It's and like he wrote it like 5 minutes before he got in there. So like I don't write 5 minutes before I go to the studio,
Yeah.
but I definitely like I will save it till like a couple days before, and then like I'll just go on like binges till about like 2 or 3 a.m. where it's just like I'm just spitballing ideas, whatever flows, like as long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like like I've been doing it long enough to where it's like I'm confident in my delivery. So it's just like no matter what I say, like as long as it's like as long as it's not like really whack. It's like I'm not like I'm the shit, I'm farting, I don't know how to potty. Like as long as I don't like make references to shit or like say like she blew me like a cello, like
Yeah.
my delivery is like good enough to where it's like I can get away with like kind of having a mediocre bar.
Yeah. Okay.
But like I like to flesh it out though.
Yeah. I respect it. We all got our methods, man, and there's always a method to the madness.
Mhm.
With that said, let's kind of go behind the lyrics.
Bitch, I'm coasting. Uh. Bitch, I'm coasting. Took a long break from my socials. Talking to your girl at the function. Drinking and smoking. Got the people moving like the oceans. Getting proceeds for my vocals. Bitch, I'm coasting. Nah, I don't deal with the bullshit. I just sit back with the potion. Started out local. Now I'm on my way to a mogul. I don't got time for emotions. Bitch, I'm coasting. Me and my niggas, we posted. Drunk off the Henny slow motion. Nah, I ain't choking. Fourth quarter, nigga, I'm in beast mode. Yeah, my flow water like a speedboat. Might be a cheat code. Bars packing weight like some kilos. My side hoe, keep it on the D-Lo. I ain't talking Russell, but I'll drop 30 on your ass. Bitch, you know I'm looking clean when I'm getting to the bag. Art of war on these niggas, keeping pressure applied. I slide in her DMs and I know she'll reply. She been jamming to Sareem since I made Kawhi. Take her on a quick date, gotta feel out the vibes. Like damn, 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 she a snack, small waist undressed. Yeah, I'm trying to bring it back to the crib, roll a spliff, then we kick that dope shit. You bad, Miss Badu, might buy you some roses. I'm coasting, took a long break from my socials. Talking to your girl at the function, drinking and smoking. Got the people moving like the oceans, getting proceeds for my vocals. Bitch, I'm coasting. Nah, I don't deal with the bullshit. I just sit back with the potion. Started out local, now I'm on my way to a mogul. I don't got time for emotions. Bitch, I'm
Speaking, my
coasting.
speaker speaking. Step into the evening with some of the
Lyrics. You sent us the song "Coastin'." Tell me about how that song came about.
Yes, sir. So first out, shout out Spy Kid, Isaiah, miss you, bro. So this came about like end of my senior year. And it was like sunny as fuck, and I was bumping like hella Dom Kennedy. And my producer, who never has even heard of Dom Kennedy up to this point, sends me a beat. And I'm listening, and when I come around, and I'm listening to this beat, and like I'm just like, holy shit, this is like the same sort of bounce. So like I was just like, okay, yeah, I got to make this summary. And all of a sudden, I'm just like, what rhymes with coast? What rhymes with coasting? Okay, boasting. socials, function, like all this shit. And I made the hook in the first verse within the day. And my homie was like visiting from I want to say Nebraska at the time. And so I'm just like, yo, come over. And he freestyles like all his verses. Like a lot of his songs, like he'll just punch in. And like he told me, like when I showed him this song, this was like the one song he wrote for. So he just spit fucking fire on his verse. And it made me rewrite my third verse.
Yeah.
It was very like I like went back like 2 months later. I was just like, I gotta beef this shit up. Like this is like, you know, it was like I think after like a Dodgers Padres game, and like I said something like I'm or like big fish kind of nigga soy elder or it's like something like fuck, what's that bar about Machado? It's like I ain't talking Manny, I'm all about Rob Ho, and then like I just like went into something Spanish. That's just what I was like feeling. Like I just wanted to make it like the most summer song, like
Yeah.
just smooth and like it was just like
So what's your favorite part of the song?
it's between the part where I speak in Spanish and I'm like, my side hoe keep it on the D-Lo. I ain't talking Russell, but I'll drop 30 on your ass. But you know I'm looking clean when I'm getting to the bag. Because D-Lo's a Laker now. And he
He's back.
dropped 30 in the playoffs against the Warriors, I believe. Either the Warriors or the Grizzlies. But like that felt good when he became a Laker. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. He gets a lot of shit, but like I fuck with D-Lo heavy, so
Yeah. Nah, he balls out. I think he balls out. So when people play coasting, man, what's something you want them to take away from it?
this is what San Diego sounds like. I'm not Dago, but this is what San Diego sounds like. Because Dago's more the hood. Like
Yeah.
I'm not that. This is just like I want to be like known as like San Diego Dom Kennedy, like San Diego currency, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, play the shit at the beach. Like this is some shit to like smoke to. This is a summer joint.
Yeah. It's that time. It's that time. So thank you for taking us behind the lyrics, man. Let's get back into this interview. So you had a lot of experiences from your performances to travel. So you recently went on a trip to Japan, man.
Mhm.
Tell us a little bit about that and what you kind of took away from that.
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, if you can go. I love Japan. Like the food is great. Like it's literally if like New York City was polite. Like everybody walks to work. It's a very like community based like Tokyo specifically is a very community based city. And the people are sweet. There's a lot of history to it, especially. Um and even the city like is very just like about their culture and like what they've created. Like you like especially in like Shibuya, there's tons of like anime pop-ups, like video game pop-ups. My little brother, like I was a huge nerd when I was a kid. Like I
Same.
was like raised on fucking Mario, Kirby, Zelda, Pokemon, all that shit. But it's not
RuneScape.
like it was cool to tell people that.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Dragon Ball Z, like Hunter x Hunter, but it's like, can I tell a girl that? Hell no. Like a lot of the kids today, they have it easy. We used to get bullied if we ran like fucking Naruto. But my little brother is super into all that, so like we got to do a ton of stuff with like video games, and we actually went to this place called Club 84, which is ran by a guy that used to work on like Donkey Kong Country and Earthbound, like back in the 90s, and he
Yeah.
opened up a bar with like a ton of like video game memorabilia. Like there's a plushie that's like signed by the dude that made Sonic, and like a ton of artwork from the guy that made Smash Bros. Like Shigeru Miyamoto has like a ton of like signed Mario memorabilia, etc.
Yeah.
It was just like it's really cool to like see how like they all like represent themselves. Like it's not like they're all like interwoven, even if they work for like different companies. And
Yeah.
it's like Japan's just all around like just so community based and like so global. Like there's like a ton of people visiting from like everywhere, and it's just like I saw somebody I went to school with, and it painted like how big and small the world is.
Yeah.
I was off the henny, man. I was at a club and I was off the henny, and this girl comes up to me. She's like, "Did you go abroad with like blah blah blah?" I'm like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me." So, but
Dang.
yeah, no. I would say my biggest takeaway is just how big it all is, because it's like I think we were out there like the same week that Travis and like the Kardashians were out there, and there's videos of like nobody recognizing them. But we also ran into like a Japanese pop band, and like there were schoolgirls just everybody's like running to go like see them. Like they have a pop-up event, and it's just like people are flashing and shit,
Yeah.
man. Like I was talking to like I studied a little bit of like the language before I went out, so it's like I could like at least speak it if I had like a translator.
Yeah.
And I was talking to like these like school kids about like who they were, and it's just like it's crazy like how much they like love their local celebrities. So it's just like I think my main takeaway is just like it's everything's a goddamn same all over the world. So you kind of just have to go for it, because it's like go for it because you want to go for it. But it's just like the world is so fucking vast that it's just like enjoy it above all else.
Yeah. Word. Word. So what's something, how does Japan come back to the music? How do you use that experience in your music?
I've been experimenting a lot more recently. Um, when I was out in Japan, my soundtrack out there was watching movies with the sound out by Mac Miller.
Respect.
And like wherever I went, like I always had that in my AirPods, like Avian and I want to say Somebody Do Something,
Yeah.
specifically. And the more like one of the mornings, like I did Tai Chi, and I was just like reading Rick Rubin's new book, and I see like a class of Tai Chi, and I was just like, I might be the dumb fucking American that like joins this, but it's like I'm not gonna be annoying about it. So like
Yeah.
I'm like watching all of them like while I'm doing this, and like I went up to them after and I talked to them about the class. I met this old woman who said she like was in my same spot, and she was just in like Honolulu, like I think 3 weeks prior, and she learned Tai Chi, and like she's been going every day since like I met her,
Oh wow.
like up to that point. So I've been like going along more chill tracks, like stuff you can like play in your house, like not
Yeah.
house music, but like I've been like making more songs that like you can just wake up. Like Isaiah Rashad's a really good example of it. Like I can play Isaiah Rashad in the morning. I can't play a lot of rappers in the morning, but like I've made a couple of songs where it's just like it's very tranquil, and it's like Japanese culture is tranquil. Like Samurai Champloo, like they do kill a lot of motherfuckers in that show,
Yeah.
but it's like they kill them with grace. And that's what I think I'm doing in a lot of my new songs. Like it's like hell yeah, I'm spitting, but it's like it's very like it's not aggressive. Like it's
Yeah.
confident, and it's like, I'm gonna hang my nuts, but it's like I'm not gonna do it like fucking aggressively. Like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Shove it in your face.
yeah. It's like I'm gonna just show you like this is what
Yeah.
I'm doing, and it's like, it's chill. It's a vibe.
Yeah. Respect. So what's kind of your game plan for the second half of the year?
Right now, I am planning to record about 2 to 3 albums worth of music with the homie up across the street. Shout out Innovation. I've been going to him for about 4 years, and lately I've just been going to him for like 4-hour sessions. And the past 2 times I've gone to him, I've recorded an album worth of material. So I want to get at least like 15 to 20 more songs in before the summer ends. And that's probably going to be my output, or the majority of my output for the next year as singles. We actually recorded a tape with Chuck English there. He used to work with like Mac Miller, Schoolboy Q back in the day.
Yeah.
He actually has watching movies. I should have mentioned that shit. But yeah, no, I recorded that there originally, and then I'm gonna get it mixed with Chuck soon. But I've been recording a bunch of other tracks there, and it's like they're a little bit more mainstream and like accessible. But once I like have enough interest for an album, that's where it's like you're really gonna see like me. This is the shit I'm gonna be playing at concerts. Like this is this is Sareem.
Yeah. Okay. I look forward to hearing more. I want to dive into the Chuck English thing a little bit. How did that come about?
So I've opened for a lot of people in the past,
Yeah.
like including I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I've opened up for Kodak and like 24K Golden. I've opened up for like Lil Dicky and Gata, and
Lupe.
at that same venue, about like 8 months after the fact, I think this was like November of last year. I was gonna open for Joey Perp, and on the last minute, they booked Chuck English as a DJ, and like I've been listening to Chuck since I was probably like 15 or 16. And so like I didn't care about the turnout. I just told my DJ like, dude, like before this night ends, I'm getting Chuck's number.
Yeah.
So he goes on stage, like we're shooting the shit a little bit. I tell him like I just opened for him. He's like, fuck yeah, like give me your number, we'll talk. And we like I was texting him. He's like telling me like, okay, like if you want to make an EP with me, like this is a deal. And I was sending him some of my songs. He's just like, oh shit, like here, let me send you like some more of these beats. I actually like really fuck with this. He sent me a beat pack. I told him like, hey, I really fuck with this, but like I want to go a little more mainstream with it. And he sent me a couple of beats. I'm not gonna say who they're from yet, but like I'll just drop a hint. Like the guy that raps made a song about a dude on the Heat, so they were meant for that album. And I made a couple of songs to those, and it's just like we finished it, and it's like we just gotta get in the studio and mix it now. But it's a very cohesive tape. It's like it shows the hustle, the good, and the fucked up parts of living in LA.
Yeah.
And it's like it's really like just what I've been like. It's like an amalgamation of like what I've been living through in my past year in LA. Like it definitely deals with like hustle, but also kind of deals with like addiction and getting lost in the sauce at the same time. So
Yeah. Nah, that's what they say about LA.
yeah.
That's what they say. So I think that's good. I do look forward to hearing it because I'm a fan, Chuck. When you mentioned that to me, I was like, no way. So that's really dope. You had mentioned opening for a lot of celebrities, but you're also like super active and you're just super present with opportunities. And I know you've been to a couple listening parties and things like that. What do you do when you're in those kind of rooms?
Yeah, so I'll throw it back a little bit. I met 50 Cent like I think around like Christmas time 2 years ago. He was up in Newport, and my brother lived there at the time. And at that same time I was like reading his book, Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. And when I met him at that meet and greet, the first thing I told him, I was embarrassed at the time, but the first thing I told him was, hey man, I fucking love your book. And I think that took him back a little bit because like people like will tell him like, oh yeah, my favorite song is like In the Club, or like, it's Back Down or PIMP. But no, who's telling him like I really fuck with your book,
Yeah.
And my brother was like kind of telling me about, or telling him about the time that Floyd Mayweather tried to kick him out of his seats, but like it turns out Floyd was wrong. So
Yeah.
like he was shooting this shit with us for like a little bit after that. Said like nobody ever talks to him about his book, but like my brother told me like, oh yeah, my little brother's a rapper. I was starstruck, but like my brother was like talking for me,
Yeah.
and he was like giving us advice. He's just like, dude, just like drop all your shit. Like nobody cares at the end of the day. It's like honestly, like the path to success is like kind of just like doing what the old folks did and just like turn it on its head today. Like that's what I told Pop Smoke to do. And you see that in like a lot of the songs where like Pop Smoke basically interpolates like half of Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like that was kind of cool, like a lot of
Yeah.
people were just, like taking pictures of them and they left. And last year I went to Ab Soul's album release party and kind of just like acted like I belong. Like I shook hands with him, I shook hands with J Rock, like Schoolboy Q, and it's like I think they all just like thought I was a part of the label or whatever.
Yeah.
And I got to rap for Absol too. Like he
Okay.
had like, a lot of friends and family there, but I was just like, hey man, like I just spit like something quick for you, and like he fucking dap that nigga up, bro. But
That's what's up.
it was just like like it was just like I think they're your peers at the end of the day. Like if you're really trying to do this shit, like they really are your equal. Like as long as you're talking to them, it's
Yeah.
not like anything like truly like that. There's not as much that separates you from them as you might think. And I think if you can find a common ground, like I told Schoolboy Q that I was subbed to his Twitch stream.
Yeah.
Like I took a picture with him because of that, but it's like if I was a random fan, like I don't know if that would have gone over better or like worse. But it's like, I mean, he was like for it as far as I
Yeah.
could tell, and it's like I mean, I didn't have like that as much with like Absol, but it's like I try to like look for things that are out of the ordinary with I guess like celebrities, like people that have made it up to that level. And I've gotten like I go to Kyle's events because he's kind of like the lane I want to get into. Like
Yeah.
he's very much like out of the streets, but he's like still like turn,
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
No, I'm a big fan of Kyle. Yeah, I'm with you. So
yeah, so I've been going to his events and like he's been dropping gems on me every now and then. It's like, the first time I met him, he's just like, just make music only you can make, like just make it as unique as possible. And like after that, the next time I met him, that's when I like first met Chuck. That's when we started the tape. And then like the last time I saw him was like at his album release or not album release party. He has like a Kyle Day in Ventura,
yeah.
and he was like a little panel session, and then I got to talk to him about playing in Vegas, like my first out of state show. So it's just like it's that constant progression. The current goal right now is like when he goes on tour, like I'm probably gonna fucking get on my knees and beg
Yeah.
to tour.
Yeah. That's awesome. We got a little bit of time left, and you just brought up performances. You mentioned how you opened for all these people. How do you prepare for those moments? How do you prepare for the bigger stage? Because 4 years in, you have a lot of experience that not a lot of people I met get. So how do you prepare for the big stages?
I listen to songs that like I work out to, and I also like that kind of get me in a trance. Like this is not something a lot of people know about me, but like I listen to a lot of the Japanese soundtrack to Dragon Ball Z, like
Yeah.
specifically when like Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2. Like I listen to that like a lot before I go on stage.
That boy gotta
And
get amped up.
I also listen to My Niggas by DMX, like and like that just gets me like fucking amped. And it's like at the end of the day, they're there to see you. Like you don't want to go out there and shit the bed.
Yeah.
So it's like it's okay to have nerves, but it's like if anything, they get me more hyped. And it's like if I fuck up, well, nowhere to go but up. The
Yeah.
very when I opened up for Blueface, like my friend, like a lot of my friends were laughing at me because they were in the crowd, and I
Yeah.
didn't have the mic on. I thought the mic came on to me.
Yeah.
Somebody went before me, and when I went on stage, like I'm just fucking shouting like, "Cross up, put you little legs like coat," and I realized like, oh shit, this mic isn't on. So I spent like 3 seconds trying to turn it on, and like that just killed my nerves because it's like it's only up from here.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. That's a good way to look at it. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I guess let's wrap it up to this. Sareem, what's one piece of advice you'd like to give to someone else who's kind of working and striving at the independent music grind?
Shit. I would say know what you're going for. Like you don't have to know in this exact moment, but like know why you're rapping. If it's for your soul, that's okay. If it's for money, that's valid too. It's like just know what you're going for and do it to the max that you can, because it's like at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. If Travis Scott can go unrecognized in Japan, I promise you, you are not going to be the biggest thing in the world, and that is so fucking okay. So it's just like, do it because like you love the reason that you're doing it, and be, you know, always like be present. Like the best thing you can do is the best ability is availability. Like if you show up to something, you are beating everybody that isn't where you are at that current moment.
A word, bro. You got one. You got one. That's awesome, man. Where can people follow you to support you so they catch on your single drops coming out?
Yeah, SAREEM __ on Instagram. I go by Sareem, and SAREEM on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, all that shit.
Dope, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to it. I'm excited,
Yeah.
man. I'm excited for you. And you know, I'll be in touch.
King.